Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. I want to welcome all the Lakers Nation fans who are joining us over from LakersNation.com. I encourage all the B-Ball Breakdown people to get over there and check out all their wonderful Lakers-centric content. Here at B-Ball Breakdown, we will be creating more content that we can share across both these platforms that deals with the Lakers. So stay tuned for lots more. And today, let's talk about Game 6 from the 1963 NBA Finals that pitted the Lakers against the Celtics once again. This is Jerry West and Elgin Baylor against Bob Cousy and Bill Russell, and you got Red Auerbach out there. It was a really exciting series. The Celtics definitely dominated this matchup all throughout the 60s and 70s. So, let me show you what I saw. Here's classic Celtic offense. They hit the high post and split in front of it with the two guards. Cousy gets the ball back and heads to the basket while Russell dives to the front of the rim for a lob pass and he gets fouled. Same play again, only this time you'll see Bob Cousy pull up and hit a long jump shot. More classic offense where the guard hits the wing and comes around and gets the backdoor cut. Beautiful team ball. Everybody ran a version of this, and you can see Jerry West doing a bit of a pinch post, cut to the basket, and get a beautiful backdoor layup himself. Coach Pete Carril stole this offensive play from the Celtics for his famed Princeton offense. Here they feed the post, and the feeder will screen the guard, and then he'll step back for a nice little jump shot while everyone's watching the guard cutting to the basket. Team basketball, 3 men involved, beautiful shot. Bob Cousy was a showman, and any chance he had to make an easy pass into an exciting one, he certainly would. And looking at Bob Cousy here, I can see why people would argue that they were not very good athletes back then. If you want to know where Steve Nash learned how to do that one-footed runner, here it is by Bob Cousy back in '63. All big men of the era had to master a hook shot, and here you'll see Bill Russell demonstrate perfect technique. But the guards would shoot that shot too, going to the basket. Here's a sweeping hook off the glass by Cousy. And Cousy could shoot it with his left hand too. Beautiful. And do we all know who this is? That's right, Zeke from Cabin Creek, Jerry West. And watch his picture-perfect form on his jump shot. That's a thing of beauty, folks. He was one of the fiercest competitors out there, and even though Bill Russell gets a beautiful block on that pull-up jump shot, Jerry West will get the ball back, go right back at him, and lay it in his face. Tommy Heinsohn was a great player on this team, and he would get a lot of action going to the basket, but there's Bill Russell, the tip dunk back in the day. Here's Elgin Baylor in his prime, displaying a very quick first step to his left and explosion to the basket. Jerry West in his new book admits he could not dribble well with his left hand, but he had a great inside-out move and then a turnaround jumper that was deadly. He also had a variety of pump fakes that would keep you off balance. A little bit of daylight and he's nailing that shot. Getting back to Bill Russell, when you watch how he blocks shots, he keeps them in bounds, soft blocks that his teammates can run down, and they're devastating because they almost always lead to a fast break and an easy shot. If you got anywhere near the basket, Russell will be there to pressure that and either block it or make you miss. Here, the Celtics can leak out early knowing that Russell is back there protecting the basket. Jerry West alone must have had his shot blocked by Russell 5 times in this game, and each time that happened, they got a run out and an easy shot. So I hope you see why people will argue that Bill Russell was the greatest center of all time or even the greatest player of all time, because the effect he had in the game was completely profound. Even when he didn't block the shot, you're still thinking about it and you might miss anyway. Jerry West was no stranger to defense either, and he got a ton of blocks in his career. You can see that most players do not have a left-hand dribble, and my friend Coach Ray and I talk about this all the time, why the defense wouldn't sit on that right hand and force them left. Yet continually in this era, players were allowed to get in there and go to their right and try and finish. Here's another example of Havlicek guarding West but not taking away his right hand. West is going to score almost every time on that. I guess back then the defense hadn't evolved enough and they didn't understand well enough how to force guys to one side. But why didn't they steal this ball from Havlicek? Look how bad that was. The referees controlled the game a lot more here. This is an offensive charge, and so is this next shot. Well, if you can call that an offensive charge, I have no idea how you're supposed to play out there for fear of getting called for a foul every time. With Russell anchoring the defense and the Celtics getting great shots on their offense, they controlled this game for virtually the entire first half. By the end of the third quarter, the Lakers started making shots, and they cut the lead to 3 into the fourth quarter. However, a crucial play happens here as the Celtics come down and Heinsohn goes to the basket, clearly dribbling the ball off his own leg, but they give it back to the Celtics anyway. The Lakers kept shooting themselves in the foot. Down 1, West gets the rebound but dribbles the ball out of bounds with his left hand, mind you. And deep into the fourth quarter, with a chance to tie the game, Jerry West misses this crucial free throw. Clinging to a 1-point lead, the Celtics don't run any offense, but Satch Sanders bails them out with a long jumper. The Lakers don't run any offense either. The difference here is that Dick Barnett cannot hit that tough jumper in the corner. In transition, watch how bad Rudy LaRusso is at getting back, and then he reaches in on Kuzi, who gets right by him. There's too much pressure on the defense, they can't handle it, and the Celtics get an easy jump shot. Out of a timeout, they call a play where they throw the ball to Elgin Baylor on top, but everyone else is just standing around, and they get a lousy shot, a long jumper by him, but there's a tip-in by Ellis. Jerry West makes up for his missed free throw and turnover by pressuring that pass, and it forces the ball out of bounds off the Celtics. But upon inbounding the ball and giving it back to West, you can see how reluctant he is to dribble the ball with his left hand, and as a result, with some pressure, will throw a god-awful pass across the court that gets stolen by Tommy Heinsohn, who goes right into the basket for a layup. Remember, back then, when you committed a blocking foul, it would be 1 free throw. So if you give a guy who's a bad free throw shooter the ball in a crucial situation, the other team is simply going to foul him. Here they foul the rookie Ellis, who is a bad free throw shooter at 66%. So naturally, when they foul him, he misses the shot. The Celtics get away with not having to play much defense, and they maintain their 4-point lead. There are some very bad decisions being made out here by the Lakers. So you factor in the bad decisions with some really tough shots the Celtics are making. Here, Sam Jones nails a really tough jumper, and it's not a good recipe for success. Dick Barnett tries to take matters in his own hand by going one-on-one, blowing by Bill Russell and getting an and one, cutting the Celtics lead to 1. On the next possession, the Lakers play very tough defense and force the Celtics to take a long jumper by Kuzi. Unfortunately, they can't corral that rebound as Tommy Heinsohn picks up the loose ball and gets fouled. He makes both. Does anyone else think he looks like Jim Carrey? And now the Celtics are up by 3. Dick Barnett again goes one-on-one and gets a quick shot that misses, and on the ensuing battle for the rebound, they call this a jump ball, even though Baylor is behind him. Kind of weird. So they call a timeout, Lakers down by 3 with 13 seconds to go, and you're going to have Baylor against Russell, which is not a great matchup for the Lakers. And as a result, on the ensuing jump ball, the Celtics corral it, get fouled, and Tommy Heinsohn can ice it with 2 free throws. So there you have it, another NBA Finals loss by the Lakers, which tormented Jerry West and still does, as you can read about in his terrific book, West by West. Now, he did break through in '72 finally toward the end of his career, but Elgin Baylor had retired that year and didn't get a chance to celebrate. Well, thanks again, Lakers Nation fans, for joining us. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, it's not a channel, it's a conversation. You in?